Dear students, I welcome you all to watch this video. In this video, I will discuss the second PU accountancy model question paper for the reduced syllabus 2020-21. As already you know, the question paper consists of 5 sections: section A, B, C, D and E. Let me start with section A. Section A consists of 10 questions. You have to answer 8 questions, and it includes 2 multiple choice questions, 2 fill in the blank questions, 2 short answer questions, 1 true or false question, and 1 writing abbreviation or expand question. So in all 10 questions will be there. You have to answer 8 questions. Let's see now. The first question here is: not-for-profit organizations are formed for dash. Options are given here: profit, B service, C profit and service, and D none of this. Answer, as you know, it is service. Not-for-profit organizations are formed for the purpose of providing service to the society. So answer is service here. Next question: the agreement between the partners must be in writing. State true or false. The answer is false. You know, in case of partnership firm, agreement may be oral or written, but it's advisable to have it in writing, but it is not compulsory to have the agreement in writing. So this statement is false. Next, state any one feature of partnership. You know, 2 or more persons. To constitute partnership, at least 2 persons are required. Or you may write partnership is created by an agreement. Any one feature you have to write. Next, expand NPSR. NPSR means new profit sharing ratio. Very simple. New profit sharing ratio. Next, question number 5. New ratio minus old ratio equals dash. New ratio minus old ratio equals gain ratio or gaining ratio. It is called gain ratio or gaining ratio. Next, who is an executor? An executor is a legal representative of a deceased partner. The legal representative of a deceased partner is called an executor. Next, a company is an dash person. A company is an dash person. You know, the answer is artificial. The word artificial is sufficient. I have written artificial person. Person is already given in the question. So a company is an artificial person. Artificial ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಿಲ್ಲಿ. Artificial person ಅಂತ ಬರೆದಿದೆ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. Next, shares can be forfeited for 4 reasons are given: non-payment of call money, B failure to attend meeting, C failure to repay the loan to the bank, and D the pledging of shares as a security. And you know, here shares can be forfeited for, the reason is non-payment of call money, allotment money or call money or both. Non-payment of call money is the correct answer here. Next, question number 9. Give an example for non-current asset. Give an example for non-current asset. You may give any example. I have taken here buildings. Buildings is a non-current asset. You may write furniture, machinery, fixed assets are non-current assets here. Next, last question. State any one type of reserve. Capital reserve, revenue reserve. I have taken here capital reserve. This is how you can very easily answer section E. Section E ದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರೆದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ 8 ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಥಿಯರಾಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿರ್ತೇವೋ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂದಿರತ್ತೆ. ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳದೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಬಹಳ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಬರಿಬೋದು. 8 ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ. Section B consists of 8 questions. You have to answer 5 questions for 2 marks. 5 into 2, 10. First question here. Define partnership. You know, Section 4 of the Indian Partnership Act 1932 has defined the term partnership as the relation between the persons who have agreed to share the profits of a business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. This much is sufficient. The definition given by Indian Partnership Act should be written here. Relation between the persons who have agreed to share the profits of a business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. Next, name any 2 contents of partnership deed. Just write 2 contents. Name and address of the firm. Name and address of all the partners. Name and address of the firm. Name and address of all the partners. Or even you may write one extra. Profit or loss sharing ratio. Mattu ide capital. Then ಮೆಥಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ದ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎರಡನ್ನ ಬಹಳ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಬರೀಬಹುದು. ನೇಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫರ್ಮ್, ನೇಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, state any 2 circumstances under which a partnership firm is dissolved. 2 circumstances with the consent of all the partners. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಲುದಾರರು ಪರಸ್ಪರ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಮುಚ್ಚೋಣ ಅಂತ ನಿರ್ಧರಿಸಿದಾಗ ಪಾಲುಗಾರಿಕಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಮುಚ್ಚೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂದಾಗಬಹುದು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಸರ್ಕಮ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಕನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ ವೆನ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೀಗಲ್. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ನಿರ್ಣಯದಿಂದಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೀಗಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆವಾಗ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾಲುದಾರಿಕಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಮುಚ್ಚುವಂತ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೀಗಲ್. ವೆನ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಬಟ್ ಒನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಲುದಾರರು ಅಥವಾ ಒಬ್ಬನನ್ನು ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ದಿವಾಳಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಆವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಪಾಲುಗಾರಿಕಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಇದೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 2 circumstances. Okay. Next, question number 14. Why is realization account prepared? The realization account is prepared at the time of dissolution of partnership firm. Why it is prepared? Realization account is prepared to find out the profit or loss on realization of assets and payment of liabilities at the time of dissolution of partnership firm. Next, state any 2 features of a company. ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಬಹಳ ಸುಲಭ ಇದೆ. Any 2 points you have to write. Separate legal entity. Company is separate. Its owners are separate. Separate legal entity. Company has a legal existence. Means it has existence in the eyes of law. Then limited liability. The liability of the members of a company is limited to the face value of the shares held by them. ಅವರ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಏನು, ಅವರು ಹೊಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಷೇರುಗಳ ಮುಖಬೆಲೆಗೆ ಸೀಮಿತ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಕಂಪನಿ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಆಗಿದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಸದಸ್ಯನ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವನು ಹೊಂದಿದಂತಹ ಷೇರುಗಳ ಮುಖಬೆಲೆಗೆ ಸೀಮಿತ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಅದರ ಮೊತ್ತವನ್ನು ಅವನು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ಪಾವತಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಹೊಣೆಗಾರಿಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಂಪನಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಟು ಪೇ ಇವನ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಎಂಟಿ ಮೋರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, perpetual succession. Company has a continuous existence. Okay. Any 2 points you need to write. Next, What do you mean by oversubscription? See, it's a situation when the company receives applications for more number of shares than it has issued to the public. It is called oversubscription. The When the company receives application for more number of shares than the number of shares offered to the public for subscription, it is called oversubscription. You may cite an example that, for example, company issued 10,000 shares to the public for subscription but received applications for 12,000 shares. Then it is the case of oversubscription. Next, question number 17. Give the meaning of financial statements. Financial statements are the formal annual reports. They are the basic and formal annual reports through which the corporate management communicates financial information to its owners and various other external parties. These are the basic and formal annual reports through which the corporate management communicates financial information to its owners and various other external parties. It generally includes balance sheet and statement of profit and loss. ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಳಗೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಮಸ್ಟ್. ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ಎರಡನ್ನು ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಸಾಕಿಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ. Write any two objectives of financial statements. To provide information about economic resources and obligations of a business. Economic resources means assets of the business. Obligations means liabilities of the business. So, to provide about information about assets and liabilities of a business means economic resources and obligations of a business. Second one, to provide information about the earning capacity of the business. And you may cite one more, to provide information about cash flows. These are the objectives of financial statements. ಈ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ ದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ 8 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಕ್ವಶನನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬಹಳ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಉತ್ತರಿಸಬಹುದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ 10 ಮಾರ್ಕನ್ನು ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಪಡೆಯಬಹುದು. ಇದು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಮತ್ತು ಬಿಗೆ ಆಯಿತು. ನೌ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ಸಿ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ. In section C, they will ask 7 questions, means 7 problems of 6 marks, and you need to answer 4 problems. You need to answer 4 problems. Let's see. Already I have told the topics from which the 6 mark problems will come. Let us discuss here once again. First problem will be on preparation of profit and loss appropriation account. From the second topic, the first problem will come, preparation of profit and loss appropriation account. X and Y are partners, commenced partnership business on 1/4/2019, sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2 with capitals of rupees 1 lakh and rupees 80,000 respectively. They earned profits of rupees 25,000 for the year. I have made it 25,000. In the model question paper, it's written as 15,000. Okay, 25,000 for the year before allowing interest on capitals at 10% per annum, interest on drawings X rupees 1,000, Y rupees 800, commission payable to X rupees 2,000, salary payable to Y rupees 3,000, and you are asked to prepare profit and loss appropriation account for the year ending 31st March 2020. Shall we start? ಈ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯಿಂದ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಪ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಬಹಳನೇ ಸುಲಭ ಇದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್, ಡ್ರಾ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್. Write the heading, profit and loss appropriation account for the year ended March 31st, 2020. Draw columns once again. Write the heading particulars amount rupees, particulars amount rupees. See, profit and loss appropriation account starts with the balance of profit and loss account, that is net profit brought down by profit and loss account. Net profit brought down, or you may simply write net profit. How much it is? Look at the problem, it is 25,000 by profit and loss account, 25,000. Then they are entitled to receive interest on their capitals at 10% per annum. So you have to debit profit and loss appropriation account for interest on capital. So profit and loss appropriation account debtor to interest on capital. X 1 lakh into 10% comes to 10,000. Y 80,000. Y is capital 80,000 into 10%, 8,000. So total interest how much? 18,000. Interest on capital is 18,000. This is to be debited to profit and loss appropriation account. And look at the second adjustment, that is interest on drawings. How much it is? Specifically given rupees 1,000 and Y rupees 800. Interest on drawings is an income to the firm, so it is to be credited to profit and loss appropriation account. Interest on drawings is an income to the firm, so it is to be credited. By interest on drawings, X rupees 1,000, Y rupees 800, outer column 1,800. Next, commission payable to X. It is an expense or it's an appropriation out of profit, so it should be debited to profit and loss appropriation account. To X's commission, how much it is? 2,000. Next, to Y's salary. Y's salary is how much? 3,000. Whether it is annual salary or monthly salary not given, so we assume that it is annual salary. When it is given as monthly salary, then you have to multiply it by 12. Okay, here it's not mentioned, so I assume that it is annual salary. When nothing is mentioned, simply salary, we assume that the total amount of salary payable for the year is 3,000. Okay, all the adjustments are over. Now find the total. Which side is more? Credit side is more, so total first. Credit side, how much it is? 26,800. Write the same total on the other side, 26,800. Find the difference. 26,800 minus these three items comes to how much? 3,800. And this 3,800 is the net profit, and the same should be transferred to X and Y in their profit sharing ratio, that is 3:2. To net profit transferred to partners capital account. X 3,800 into 3 by 5 comes to how much? 2,280. Y 3,800 into 2 by 5 comes to how much? 1,520. Total 3,800. This is how profit and loss appropriation account is to be prepared. And if you do like this, you will easily get 6 marks. Okay. Let me move on to see the next problem, that is problem number 20. That is on calculation of interest on drawings under product method. Yashasvi and Tapasvi are partners in a firm. During the year ended on 31st March 2020, Yashasvi makes the drawings as under 1/8/2019 5,000, 31st 10/2019 8,000, 31st 12/2019 10,000, 31st 3/2020 15,000. Partnership deed provided that partners are to be charged interest on drawings at 12% per annum. Calculate interest on drawings of HSV under product method. You are asked to calculate ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಒಂದು ಟೇಬಲ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಹೆಡಿಂಗ್ calculation of interest on drawings. Draw 4 columns: date of drawings, amount withdrawn, number of months outstanding, product. Now again look at the problem. First withdrawal is made on 1/8/2019, means 1st August 2019. How much amount is withdrawn? 5,000. Number of months outstanding. Number of months outstanding means the time period from the date of withdrawal till the last date of the year. Withdrawal is made on 1st August. Year ends on 31st March 2020. How many months? August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. How many months? 8 months. So number of months outstanding 8. Product how much? 5,000 into 8, 40,000. 5,000 into 8, 40,000. Now second withdrawal. Second withdrawal is made on 31st/10/2019. How much amount withdrawn? 8,000. Number of months outstanding 31st October ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ನವೆಂಬರ್ದಿಂದ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಅಕ್ಟೋಬರ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೋಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ. 31st ಇದ್ರೆ ತಗೋಬಾರ್ದು. ಯಾವುದೇ ಮಂತಿನ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತ್ ಇಂದ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಮಂತಿನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ 31st October ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನವೆಂಬರ್, ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್, ಜನವರಿ, ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ, ಮಾರ್ಚ್. ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಮಂತ್ಸ್? 5 months. So write 5 in number of months outstanding column. Find the product. 8,000 into 5 comes to 40,000. Next, third withdrawal is made on 31st December 2019. Amount withdrawn is 10,000. Number of months outstanding 3. January, February, March. The product is 10,000 into 3, 30,000. And last withdrawal is made on 31st March 2020. Amount is 15,000. When last withdrawal is made? It is made on 31st March 2020. Means on the last date of the year. Means number of months outstanding is here from 31st March 2020 to 31st March 2020. Number of months outstanding is 0. So now product 15,000 into 0 comes to how much? 15,000 or 0. 15,000 into 0 how much? You will get 0. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತಪ್ಪನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? 15,000 into 0 15,000 ಅನ್ನು ಬರೆಯೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ಆಗದೇ ಇರುವಾಗ ನೀವು ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ನೋ ಇಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ? 15,000 ಅಂತ ಬರೆದು ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಬರಿಬಾರ್ದು. 15,000 into 0 how much? 0. Now find the total product. 40, 40, 80 plus 30, 1,10,000. Now we know that interest on drawings equals total product. ಈ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರೀಲೇಬೇಕು, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟು ರೇಟ್ ಇಂಟು 1/12. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟು ರೇಟ್ ಇಂಟು 1/12. ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರೀದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಹಿಯರ್? 1,10,000. Rate of interest as given in the problem 12%, 12/100, and it should be multiplied by 1/12. 1/12. Okay, it comes to how much? 1,100. So interest on drawings of HSV is rupees 1,100. If you do like this, you will get 6 marks. Okay, shall we go to the next problem? That is problem number 21. Ankit, Suchit and Chandru are partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 4:3:2. Ankit retires from the firm. Suchit and Chandru agreed to share in the ratio of 5:3 in future. Calculate gain ratio of Suchit and Chandru. So first take the heading calculation of gain ratio. Old profit sharing ratio how much? 4:3:2. New profit sharing ratio how much? 5:3. 5:3. What is the formula for calculation of gain ratio? You know that share gained equals new share minus old share. ಮೊದಲೇ 3 ಜನ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಈಗ ಇಬ್ಬರೇ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. Obviously new share will be more, so new share minus old share, you will get share gained. Who retired here? Ankit retired. So Suchit and Chandru are continuing partners. Ankit retiring partner. So we have to calculate the share gained by Suchit and Chandru. Share gained by Suchit and Chandru. Suchit's new share 5:3 means 5/8, and Chandru's new share 3/8. Old share you see here 3/9 and 2/9. Let's see now. Share gained by Suchit. Suchit's new share how much? 5/8. Suchit's old share, it is 3/9. Old share 3/9. New share 5/8. Then share gained equals new share minus old share. 5/8 minus 3/9. You know the common factor is 72 here. 8 into 9 times comes to 72. So 5 into 9, how much? 45. 9 into 8, 72. So 3 into 8, 24. Therefore, the share gained equals 45 minus 24 comes to 21 divided by 72. Means 21 by 72 is the share gained by Suchit. Share gained by Chandru. Chandru's new share 3/8 minus Chandru's old share 2/9. Common factor you know again 72 here. 8 into 9 72. 3 into 9 27. 9 into 8 72. 2 into 8 16. Comes to how much? 11/72. 11/72. Share gained by Suchit 21/72. Share gained by Chandru 11/72. Therefore, the gain ratio or gaining ratio equals 21/72 is to 11/72. That is 21 is to 11. Gain ratio is here 21 is to 11. So this is how gain ratio is to be calculated. And the next problem is on death of a partner. Ramesh, Prakash, Suresh were partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 5:3:2. On 31st March 2020, their balance sheet was as under. Balance sheet is given in the problem. Liabilities amount rupees, assets amount rupees. Asset side we have cash, debtors, patents, stock, machinery. And on the liability side, creditors, reserve fund, then Ramesh, Prakash, Suresh, capital. Isn't it? Who died here? Let's see now. Ramesh died on 30th September 2019. It was agreed between his executors and the surviving partners that goodwill to be valued at 2.5 years purchase of the average profits of the previous 4 years, which were 2016-17, 12,000, 17-18, 20,000, 18-19, 13,000, and 19-20, 15,000. And you are asked to treat the goodwill as per AS 26 and share in the profit from the date of last balance sheet till the date of death to be calculated on the basis of last year's profit, and interest on capital to be allowed at 12% per annum. Prepare Ramesh's capital account. So here Ramesh died and Prakash and Suresh are continuing partners. You are asked to prepare Ramesh's capital account. Ramesh's executors are entitled for share in the goodwill, share in the accrued profit, interest on capital up to the date of death, and perhaps his capital as on the date of last balance sheet, and his share of reserve fund. These are the items to be considered while preparing Ramesh's capital account. Let's start now. Ramesh's capital account. Draw the columns. Debit, credit, then particulars amount rupees. Start with capital balance. By balance brought down. How much it is? 30,000. By balance brought down 30,000. Then is there any reserve or profit and loss account? Yes, reserve fund is there. By reserve fund 6,000 into 5 by 10. ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಫಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳದೇ ಇದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ದ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ his share in the accumulated profit, that is reserve fund, so it is to be distributed. 6,000 into his share 5 by 10 comes to how much? 3,000. 6,000 into 5 by 10 comes to 3,000. And now we have to calculate the goodwill amount to be adjusted. The goodwill of the firm is to be calculated first using the first 4 years profit. What the adjustment says, you see there, goodwill to be valued at 2.5 years purchase of average profits of previous 4 years. So make one working note. See, generally ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅನ್ನ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ the profits of previous 4 years. First we have to calculate average profits. You know that average profit equals profit for the last 4 years divided by 4. That is 12,000, 20,000, 13,000 and 15,000 divided by 4 comes to how much? 15,000. You just check it. 12,000 plus 20,000, 32,000, 32,000, 35,000, 45,000, 60,000 divided by 4 comes to 15,000. And goodwill is, as given in the problem, average profits into 2.5 years purchased. 2.5 years purchase of average profits of last 4 years, that is 15,000. Therefore total goodwill value equals 15,000 into 2.5 comes to 37,500. This is the total value of the goodwill of the firm, but we have to take only Ramesh share. Ramesh share how much? Idu total value ಆಯಿತು. Ramesh share ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, Ramesh share of goodwill equals 37,500 into 5 by 10 comes to how much? 18,750. This 18,750 is to be adjusted to Ramesh's capital account. But here we should not use the term goodwill account. Instead of that, the same amount should be debited to surviving partners capital account and credited to ಡಿಸೀಸ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ಯಾರ್ದು ಡೆತ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯೋ ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಗೆ ಇದು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗಿದಾರಲ್ವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ವೈವಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸುರೇಶ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಗೆ ಅದು ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬದಲಾಗಿ as per AS 26, without using the name goodwill, we are adjusting it through capital account. So 18,750 is to be divided in the gaining ratio, that is 18,750 into 3 by 5. Prakash 18,750 into 3 by 5, that is 11,250. 11,250. And Suresh 18,750 into 2 by 5, 7,500. 7,500. Now write it here. By Prakash's capital account, how much it is? 11,250. Next, by Suresh's capital account, 7,500. You see there, calculation is made here and the same amount is taken. This is how goodwill is to be adjusted without opening goodwill account or without taking into the word goodwill account. Okay, Prakash capital account and Suresh capital account. Next, he is entitled to receive his share of profit up to the date of death. So by profit and loss suspense account, we use the term suspense here because actual profit is to be calculated at the end of the year. Only accrued profit we are going to calculate here based on last year's profit. Profit for last year, how much it was? 15,000. 15,000. When he died on 30th September, means April, May, June, July, August, September. 6 months. 15,000 for 1 year. Therefore, for 6 months, how much? And how much is his share? His share is 5 by 10. So, comes to 3,750. Next, interest on capital. By interest on capital, Ramesh capital 30,000. 30,000 into 12 by 100. For how many days he is with the firm? For 6 months he is with the firm. So 30,000 into 12% into 6 by 12. Okay, it comes to 1,800. 1,800 over. Now find the total. Total first, credit side 57,300. Write the same total on the other side 57,300. Find the difference. Same 57,300 to Ramesh executor's account 57,300. This is how we have to prepare deceased partner's capital account. Okay. Let me continue the remaining questions in the next video. Thank you.